Hi, boys and girls. We are back in our math lesson. So today's lesson is Chapter 8, Lesson 6. And in this lesson, we're going to be telling time to the hour, but using a digital clock. Yesterday, we learned how to tell time to the hour on an analog clock. Today, we'll use the digital clocks. And these are more common. A lot more people have these in their houses. So it says, Amelia wakes up for school at 7 o'clock. Here is our clock. Let's make it show 7. The minute hand points to the 12 and the hour hand, that's right, points to the 7. So this is what 7 o'clock looks like on an analog clock. And on a digital clock, it looks like this. We'll write a 7, then we have dot, dot, 0, 0. This is the same thing as o'clock. 7 o'clock. Okay, we're going to do some more practice with that. Okay. Another type of clock is a digital clock. A digital clock uses numbers to show the hour and minutes. The first number is the hour. The next numbers are the minutes. So this digital clock is showing 2 o'clock. Okay, so we're going to use an analog clock to help us tell the time on a digital clock. Okay, so this one shows 11 o'clock. So our first number is 11. And then do you remember how to write o'clock? That's right, 0, 0. 11 o'clock. Number 2, the hour hand is pointing down at the 6, minute hand to the 12. So this shows 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock. Good job. Number 3. Ooh, both hands are pointing to the 12. So the hour hand's pointing to the 12. We say 12 o'clock. Pretty easy, right? And this one is pointing to the 3 o'clock. Good job. How is reading an analog clock the same as reading a digital clock? Well, the first number is read by the hour, right? And then the minutes. The hour, then the minutes. All right. Says on your own. If you're comfortable doing this on your own, you can pause the video and try and do it on your own and then press play to check your work. So I'm going to go ahead and write in the times. 8 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 4 o'clock. All right, if you're just checking back, make sure your answers are correct. If you made any mistakes, erase and fix them so that you understand and make sure you know how to tell time on a clock. And the last page on the back, it says, Rachel goes to the cafeteria to eat at 11 o'clock. She is there for 1 hour. What time does she leave the cafeteria? So if she's there at 11 and she's there for 1 hour, what's 1 more than 11? That's right, 12. So we write 12, 0, 0, or if we want to put it in words, 12 o'clock. Good job. Mrs. Webb's class came in from recess at 2 o'clock. They were at recess for an hour. What time did they go out to recess? So if they were there, ooh, this one's tricky. I'm going to use a clock to help you. All right, so if they were at recess, if they came in at 2 o'clock, and they were out there for an hour, that was an hour before. So we go backwards in time, an hour before. What time is that? 1 o'clock. Good job. It's like subtraction, right? 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock. All right, explain how a digital clock shows time. So if we look at this, what does the first number tell us? Good. The first number tells us the hour. The next numbers tell us the minutes. Good job. So we can put that in words. The first number tells us the hour, and the next number tells us the minutes. Again, if I'm ever going too fast, just pause your video and get caught up. The last page is your homework page where you are doing the same thing. You're comparing the analog clock with the digital clock. So you'll read the time on the analog clock and write the digital time all by yourself. And then on the back side, the same thing. Make sure you read closely to see if they're adding an hour or taking away an hour. And then circle the correct answer, digital clock. Good job. All right, my loves, great job this week telling time and measuring.